Hey, Callie, how are you? It's been a minute since I've been live. Like I'm in and out of the habit of going live, but I'm gonna start back getting into it. I just can't. My sister made me aware that she was having a hard time understanding some of the stuff, health issues in your life. I I just think it's the season, Callie, is whether it's small to some of us or big to some of us. It's just the season, like we're all going through it. We all being tested to, and I think it's about building up our strength from this place. For hi, how you doing? To sour. I hate to be messing up somebody's name, but welcome me and thank you for coming. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday to you, Danielle Barris. Um, I just think this like the season for everybody to be tested in some kind of way or whatever, because like all I'm doing is seeing like a lot of people like going through their own thing. And it ain't no happy thing to stay stuck and stagnant in the same place and not uh discover growth in your life. No matter which way that it comes, growth has to come in some kind of way. And when you look back over some of the things you've been through in your life, had it not been for those things, that you wouldn't be able to stay in where you are in life at this time. So even though we hate these times when trials and tribulations come, they are a must to keep us built up where we supposed to be built up at. Okay. These tests of life/health are scary and exhausting. Callie, you already I understand you. Yes, like who when this come when this situation what I'm going through in life came, who I thought that was the scariest thing in my life. Out of all things in my life, I never, and I imagine nobody in life ever figures I'm gonna be facing cancer one day. Man, I would have never in a million years thought that yeah, I would be facing what I'm facing. And there's a million other things out here in life that can be just as scary as going through cancer. I mean, any kind of sickness that someone's going through can be just as scary. What happened, ma'am? I just yesterday was round 17 for me in chemotherapy. I was diagnosed with cancer back on Valentine's Day of this year. And so I'm just here talking about my journey of me going through this situation that I'm in. And that's it. And that's all. So what you see in here is this just the cover of where I had my chemo yesterday, where they accessed my port. And that's it. God bless you. How are you? I pray that you have a nice Thanksgiving. Thank you very much. Yahshua, my soul. I think Jesus has my soul. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you very much for that. I hope the same for you. Wow, I hope you have some good luck. You're beautiful. Thank you, Be Stead. Um, and that's one of the things that I came on to talk about. My sister was explaining to me that yesterday, I made a short after I got from chemo, and there was a lot of I got good news yesterday. Hey Erica. I got good news yesterday. So I didn't break it down in the short because there's so much stuff that I wanted to say, and it was just like I didn't want to do a long short. I wanted to like put it out there or whatever and get it on out. But my sister was like, I ain't understand, sis. Okay, so and I don't want to pretend like I know so much about cancer because I'm telling y'all that I'm learning. I'm learning along with y'all as I'm going through. Hey, honey, my love. I'm learning as I go through. you know, cancer myself, um, how this whole thing works. So, right, the only thing that I can say to you is that they draw, they do, your blood draws or whatever. And in that, every time you go to appointment, you get these tests to check for your white blood cells, your potassium, iron, all of those good things that they check for, and one of the things is they check your tumor markers. What I understand tumor markers is like something that your blood test maybe pick up, and those numbers are supposed to be between a 0 and a 36 when they do those tests. So back in August, before I started this new chemo, because the chemo that I was on prior to what I'm on now wasn't doing anything for me, but making me sick and keeping me in the hospital. So I had this break for about 2 months, and then I started a new chemo in August. When I started that new chemo in August, my numbers, remember, normal is between 0 and 36. When I had my first tumor markers, it showed that my tumor markers were 1,500. Hey, Miss Riz. Um, my tumor markers were 1,500. Okay, so I went back to chemo in October. So we went August, September. Now in October they checked the tumor markers again. I'm down to 3. Well, in September they was like 800 and something. In October, they went down to 314. So yesterday when I went to chemo yesterday, and my numbers are now 180. And those are my numbers from 2 weeks ago. So I'm thinking if I would have got my numbers on yesterday, then my numbers would have probably been like 120 or something like that. At least that's what I'm hoping that it is. But the important thing is that my numbers are going in the right direction. So my numbers looking so good is that also I was ordered, that they gave me my orders for me to be able to get a CT scan to actually go back and look at my pancreas again. Remember the last time I went and got a CT scan of my pancreas, it actually had spread some. So this time we going to look for, and I could have let that get me down in the dumps and everything, but I didn't. I accepted what it is, what it was at that time, and I had already prayed about it prior to then. And so this time we going back and we looking for good news again. The appointment hasn't actually been set, but you know, we gonna get it done, and they put it in the orders for it to be done ASAP, because also too, with my legs swelling the way that they swelled, blood clots running our family. So I don't want to even play around with it, how bad my legs hurt and everything. So I um I told the doctor that I got a concern that I could possibly have that, and I love my doctor, and they don't make no arguments or no nothing with me or whatever. They just like, we want you to be at peace with whatever is going on. And so since you have a concern in that area, we gonna absolutely put the orders out there for you to be able to get it done. So that's for me, I left the doctor yesterday feeling like I got really, really great news, and my doctors are very excited about the way my numbers and the way things are changing so rapidly. So, I just wanted to make sure I came on and explain that for everybody who does not did not understand what I was saying in my short yesterday. And again, I would say I would love if like people that come in here and they, going through any of the things that I'm going through, and kind of explain a little bit what you understand. about this right here. And if you don't understand, then we know we just going through it together and figuring it out as we go along. I don't know a whole bunch. I don't try to come on here and explain. That's why I'm just bringing y'all along the journey with me, and let it be what it's going to be. We gonna learn out of it, whatever it is that we can learn from out of it. But and then I was I like to say scrolling, but I know the word is strolling. But that's just my language or whatever. But anyways, I was scrolling down YouTube today, and I seen that somebody else here on YouTube was diagnosed with prostate cancer. Thank you, Big Rich, so much. May God give it back to you 10 times what it is that you blessed me with. Thank you so much. This is Random Support. I pray for your continued healing, and I wish you the best. Thank you so much for that, Big Rich. Thank you very kindly. Um I saw somebody else that was diagnosed with cancer. I've been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Robert Horton, you have a very blessed Thanksgiving too. Thank you. Was diagnosed with I've been diagnosed with I'm trying to pay attention to how I word things. But I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. But I was scrolling through YouTube the last night, and I seen that I don't know if any of you all know somebody by the name of Funky Dineva that's on YouTube, that they were diagnosed with prostate cancer. And it's like when I seen the post, it was just like, kind of like take your breath away. It's like it's enough already that you yourself have it. Hey, Kajaria, you yourself have it, but then like to discover that other people have it, or they're going through it or whatever, it's always like a shocker to you. But like I haven't watched anything of his in like a long time. I must tell y'all, like a long time ago, he got like this story. How I first saw him on YouTube, what was he was talking about in his college days that he had contracted what you call it, like those lower body lice. They call them crabs. But he had contracted that, and he was telling about his story about how he was in the shower fainting and everything, watching him like fall off of his body and stuff like that. So that's how I met him. It was like really funny, and then to find out that all these, and that was 5-10 years ago that I seen that story about him, and then to see his picture and saying that he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. All I can say to you all, keep up with your health and everything. I went in the hospital for one thing, thinking it was one thing, and it turned out to be something else. Just keep up with your stuff, because they ain't nobody gonna take care of you like you. I just finished chemo and radiation for breast cancer. Much love and Anna Marie. I'm so did you rang. So that means you rang the bell. That's where I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to that place where I can ring the bell. That is such an amazing thing, and I hope every time that you type that and you say it to somebody, you say it with so much joy, and because it's really something to go through. I haven't gone through radiation, and God knows I hope I don't have to get to that point where I have to go through radiation. But I heard radiation is a whole nother beast in its own self. It keep you away from everybody. It's like that's like a loner type situation that you have to go through on your own. And I'm glad to be able to have the people around me that's around me at this point in my life. But to have to go through radiation and all of that, honey, I hope every time you say it with the love of joy radiating off of your heart, to be able to say that you went through it and you finished it, and now you on the other side of it. So I'm trying to get where you at, girl. So I hope you take great pride in when you being able to speak that. My mom's in a much better place. Robert Horton, I would say, I'm so sorry that you went through that, but that's a true statement. It's the better place than all of this stuff that we got going on here. Same thing for me. Went to my doctor for neck issues. Now they're in my brain. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I when I started out, Callie, I started out with they were saying that it was that I had necrosis of the neck of my pancreas, and only to have some more tests done to find out that that necrosis, what they saw on the MRI, was actually cancer. So, yeah, I know. Just somebody told me don't claim it. And the way you claim it is by naming it, it's my this and my that and my this. I try to change the wording of that as claiming it as my thing. It's not my thing. It's just a visitor that's coming to visit for a short amount of time until I get what it is that I need to get out of it, and then it got to flee. Hey, Dolly Bear, how are you? Congrats, Anna Marie. Much love and prayers. I know, right? Right? I did. I'm still doing immunotherapy. Somebody mentioned immunotherapy to me too, and I asked my nurse about it. But you know how, Anna Marie, I know you know there's a thing called chemo fog or chemo brain or whatever, and it's like sometimes like they be talking to you, and that's why I tell y'all I record a lot of my doctor's appointments and stuff, because it's like sometimes they be talking to you and they be like mumbo jumbo. It's like you hear what they saying, but it's like your mind get it all confused by the time you get home. And so while the nurse was talking to me, I didn't write any of the stuff down. I didn't record any of it. So it's like I ain't even try to come on here and like explain that what it was. Now prior to chemo, I could come home and repeat everything a doctor, a nurse, or whatever said to you verbatim. Every word they said is like my brain was like a little recorder, but now it's just like I can't remember one thing to the next thing. And it's just like sometimes I want to get frustrated with it, but I try not to let myself get so frustrated and caught up in it because I know what it is. So, but immunotherapy and target therapy through the port every 3 weeks until May, and then I get to ring the bell. Okay then. Okay, so you on your way to ringing that bell. Um but you laughing at the Funky Dineva story. Tashana, much love and prayers always. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. Just confess Jesus Christ is your healer. Absolutely. I always say that. I started out in the beginning as just walking this journey and not knowing where I'm going, and then I had to rewind and say, God, I ain't invite you into this process right here, and I definitely need you to help guide me through this situation right here, because I don't know what I'm doing. A lot of people come on and give me a lot of information, which I like, because my journey ain't necessarily somebody else's journey. Everybody got their own journey, the way they need to take and walk this thing. And so for me, I'm glad when people come and give me the information. Is not necessarily that I'm going to take the information and I'm going to do anything with it, but anybody else that's following behind and they doing their own journey or whatever, maybe it's something that speaks to them and that's what they want to do. And so I'm always congratulating somebody putting in, um what it is, how they went through their situation. You are a effing warrior. Keep your head up. Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've been fighting and fighting my whole entire life. And so it's like and like it was, I was telling somebody I was telling somebody yesterday, my Uber driver, I was telling her that when I told her that I was diagnosed with cancer, sometimes people get that, ah, or like they feel sorry for you or whatever. When I tell mine, I'm not telling it as like I want the sympathy or any of that stuff for it. I'm just telling you my testimony of what it is that I'm going through right now at this time in my life. And it just is what it is. I can't tell you anything else at this point in my life. This is what I am going through. at this time in my life. Um, but it was kind of like, oh, I feel so bad that you're going through it. But when you've already gone through so many heavy things in your life, and God trying to grow you up, or get you to a stronger place in your life, then he can't give you the same 5 pound weight you already been carrying around already long ago, because there's no challenge for you. It have to be something that come along that's a lot heavier than what it is to, it's just like when you go to the gym. If you already been in the gym lifting 30 pound weights already, then you've been lifting it for 2 years or whatever, you ain't doing nothing. That's not no workout for you. No, you've been doing that forever and a day. It's not a challenge for you. But if you go and put 60 pound weights on there, now you're getting a different workout. You growing in that area. So that's kind of like how I like explaining it. Is like, so I don't get that thing of where like somebody feels sorry for me because you know I'm going through this thing. For me myself, I'm looking for what's the purpose? Why did it show up? What do I need to do with this? What am I supposed to be doing with this right here? That's kind of how I look at the situation, instead of one like the and when it first came, I was just like, I ain't know what I want to do. And I was mad at God for allowing this to happen to me. So yeah, I love to lift people up in the Lord. That's right, Robert. Go ahead and be that good and faithful servant. That's what it's supposed to be. Yes, you are a warrior. Thank you. Hello from British Columbia, beautiful soul. Thank you for being in the house. Mama is your baby. um, God bless you. God bless you too, Felicia. Thank you for coming to. Come on, lady, testify. Yeah, that's what I look at my and I know my testimony is not complete yet, but I'm gonna tell it piece by piece as I go along, because I already know that it's gonna it's gonna turn into a testimony. I'm loving the way that, like, I can look at my son that y'all see me with in my recent shorts or whatever. He is my son that I was telling y'all about, is that he was having a hard time, and I can feel that at nighttime, um when I was first diagnosed and stuff, that he wasn't getting any sleep and stuff. He's my baby son. Um but he wasn't getting any sleep and everything. Thank you for that floating heart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um he wasn't getting any rest and everything, and sometimes you have a hi Mildred. Hey Ray Sandoval. Hi. Um, Sometimes when you have a story of somebody, which my son does have, he has a friend that passed away from cancer. And so when you have that story as the story that you have to be able to go by then as your first time experiencing cancer, then you don't know what to do with that story. Um, Especially when now it was your friend at first and now it's your mom that's diagnosed with cancer. So it's like there's not a lot that I can give to him, and then for him to turn around and I got a head full of hair one day, and literally this chemo took my hair out in a matter of 20 days. I had a head full of hair, and then I went to this right here. And so all of it is happening really fast for him, but I'm enjoying looking at him come around me more, and being able to see this as a little different than what it was that his friend, just seeing him become more comfortable and be around me and not be so scared that my mom's going to die really quick, or whatever. Um Anybody come through here and put the number um 6 7, they must go. Don't come in my chat writing 6 7 about anything. Um I'm making pizza for the grandkids. Should I use pizza dough or, well, Mildred, That's kind of creepy that you would ask a question like that and you dealing with your grandkids. Stupid is what stupid does. Go ahead and continue to do your stupid things that you do, and you will be sure to win a stupid prize. I guarantee you that. But anyways, y'all, um let me just I'm trying to think of um what does 6 7 mean? Well, there's a song that's out that they're using it. You know how they say they'll use music for you to practice um saying things that you really wouldn't normally say in real life, but if they can put it in a song, they can get you to sing it and you'll be singing it all day and you don't know what you're singing, and still it's the same thing as um you speaking it into your life. So, um, go look. You have to look it up yourself. Look up the song about the song about the 6 7. It started out with this little kid saying it, and then it moved on to something else, to somebody putting it in they song or whatever. But anyways, um, yeah. Hey, beautiful. Good morning. How are you feeling today? I'm actually feeling pretty good. I don't feel, normally with chemo, you have the sickness in your stomach and all of that kind of stuff like that. And I'm feeling none of that today, but I'm still having issues with my legs. It's like I gotta stay in bed all day long. If I want my legs to look like they anywhere close to normal size, I must lay down all day with my feet propped up. The minute I get up and try to do, like, maybe I want to get up and wipe some things down, or I just want to get up and do anything. I just want to walk around or something. I can't even be up for like 5 minutes and my legs are already like starting to look like they one size all the way down. So until I figure out what's going on with that, then and we all, I guess we all know that it ain't a comfortable thing for your legs to swell, at least not in the way that my legs are swelling, because when I tell you they like one size all the way down, that's the kind of swelling, and it's just so uncomfortable. But that's what I'll say is, I'm not really feeling bad. It's just I have that going on. I've seen it so many times today. Yeah, Kendall, a lot of people are just writing, and people just randomly come along in your chat and just write it down. And just me myself, it's so annoying to keep seeing it over and over again. And obviously these people that are writing it in your chats and stuff, they know what it means, so they just coming through and um they just randomly typing it out in your chat or whatever. And so I'm putting a call out to my moderators that if they see it, they don't really have to block the person, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the chat. I don't want to see it in my chat. I feel for you. Well, don't just pray for me, child. Don't you ain't gotta feel for me, because I don't want you to feel none of um what it is that I'm going through over here. I'm telling mine as a testimony. There's a lot of people going through the stuff that I'm going through, and hopefully, whatever I can say. And I'm just really, I come on here trying to I always tell my people over here that a lot of what I am doing is, I used to journal a whole lot. And for me, it's like journaling ain't enough no more. So I feel like some of my stuff I need to scream from the rooftop, because I be going through so much stuff. So it's like, what better way than to come on here on YouTube, where it be thousands, sometimes millions of people on here. I can scream it out to them, and so I know somebody heard what I had to say. So it's kind of like I use YouTube as my journal. And sometimes I come on here and I can yell stuff out to the top of my lungs. Um and stay off the grid. Yeah. Stay off the grid. Yeah, you will see how long you gonna be up in here. I ain't gonna even bother with you though, but one of my moderators will definitely have fun getting rid of you. But do you use the cold therapy? Erica, I thought that is the cold therapy. The only thing I know about cold therapy is uh, a lot of people using it to freeze their hair on their head so that their hair don't come out. And as you can see, I went well beyond that right there. I wasn't finna pay to keep no hair on my head. We gonna go with the ball thing and we gonna keep on rolling. But yeah, I don't know. What is that? Why the swelling in your legs? The chemo. I think it's either because there is a lot of people like from my understanding, I don't want to be concrete now because I told you I'm learning as I go along, but this is one of the symptoms that can come from chemo is the swelling of the legs, which is also associated with what they call a edema, like when you get like the those of y'all who know what I'm talking about, because like my mind is like twisting and turning everything up. But it's not, like when people get those big like swellings in their legs, or whatever like that, that can also happen to you. Which I ain't trying to claim none of that. I don't want none of that right there. It's just this like the second time it done happened to me. And it's like it come 1 minute and go, and then they try to um put me on a water pill to try and get rid of some of the swelling in my leg. The water pill didn't even work. I took it for like 4 days, and the way I go to the bathroom didn't change, none whatsoever. I was still going to pee like like 3 to 4 times a day, and that's as far as it went. But this a water pill is supposed to have you going back and forth to the bathroom over and over again. So that normally happens to me anyways. The day that I receive chemo, every time it always that first day, I always end up going to use the bathroom probably anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes. And even though I had that all last night, it still ain't take like the swelling down. It's just a matter of me staying in the bed with my legs propped up is what's keeping the swelling at bay. So I guess we'll know better when because what they gonna do is they gonna do the Doppler. They gonna scan, do my legs, like an ultrasound or something like that. That's what they gonna do to my legs. I was told the cold packs during my chemo stop lymphedema. Okay, see, Erica said what I was trying to say. I'll say it. Did I say lymphedema? I think I said lymphedema. But yes, no, I never heard of that. I probably need to ask about that. But the thing is, Erica, we don't know if this is lymphedema yet. Cause it's just like when I say it's a lot of swelling, I showed it in my short that I did earlier today. But like I don't have like there's like no pockets, but what I can tell you is like right above my knees, in that area, it feel like somebody took their elbow and just dropped. You ever just had somebody be on the sofa next to you, and when they get up like a little kid or something, they use their elbow to put pressure in your leg to get up off of the couch, and that pain that happens. This feel like somebody took their elbow like 5 or 6 times on both of my knees and just like dropped their elbows in my knees, and like that hard pain just like stay there. It doesn't go anywhere. But I have that pain, and then the swelling is like in all the like the lower my foot and the lower part of my leg. So we don't know what it is just yet. It's the second time that it's happened. I'll be glad when it go away. So I had to wrap my hands and feet during my. I see somebody else doing that, but you know what? I try to stay out of other people's business sometimes. I don't mind asking them no questions. But it's a lady that sit close to me during chemo that she wrap her hands and she wrap her feet in like these pink mitten things, and I'm not sure of what it was. And maybe somebody can tell. Maybe that's what you're trying to tell me about, Erica, that you do. But I have no idea what it is, and I try not to, be so much like into other people's business or whatever. But I see the last time when we was in chemo yesterday, she spoke to me and everything, and her daughter was speaking to me yesterday. So it's like maybe we getting a little bit more acquainted. So then maybe I can ask her, it's like, why what is that she doing? So no, I don't know anything about it, but I definitely see people wrapping their hands and their feet during chemo. So yeah, tell me a little bit more about it. Evermectin. I heard about the Evermectin too. Read back. A lot of people have told me about it, but like I just told people before, there's a lot of different things. It's so many different things that come at you when you're going through cancer and everything. And it's like when you're desperate and you're wanting to know, it's like you want to try every single one of those things that people are throwing at you because you don't know which one is going directly work for you. But that's when you have to step into that mind frame and pray about everything that is coming your way, and make sure that you get peace of mind that what is for you is for you. And so yeah, I just so many things done been told to me. I have the soursop tree here. I do believe in drinking the soursop tea. So I got me some soursop leaves up there right now, dried up, and ready to go. But that's about the only thing that I've been willing to like go down. But at this moment right now, what the things I've prayed about and the line that I feel like God leading me down is working for me. And until anything else is told to me, then I try not to go all over the place with all of that other stuff. But like I said in my chats and stuff, there's other people that's going through this same situations or whatever, and it may be something that speak to them. And if it's my platform where something speaks to somebody and that's what they need to do, I want them to be able to pick it up and run with it. Run, don't look back. Yeah, lymphedema. How about massage therapy? I don't know. One thing that I do know, Callie, is like my husband been volunteering, like he'll come and massage my legs, but you know how that go. You know how that go. We've been baking soda, Gabbana. Yeah, all of those things, read back. I done heard about all of them. They all been wrote in my chats and stuff before. And I definitely keep them. But like I said, for the ones that it's meant for to use that, then I even asked my doctor about the ivermectin before. And we had a little bit of conversation about it, but right now I was like, I don't even want to repeat what I think he said to me because that conversation happened like 2 months ago. So my memory ain't that well, and so I don't want to be saying something that's false that my doctor didn't actually say because I might get the words mixed up or whatever. So I ain't gonna even repeat it. But I did talk to my doctor about the ivermectin for sure. I have upper edema in my upper thighs, so painful. Oh, Miss Riz, did you hear me explain to you what I was just saying about it feel like in my it's like in my thigh, right above your knee. It's like that much, that width from the top of my knee and up. So it's like in my mid thigh area, but the inner thigh. Whoo! Listen, I cannot even go to sleep at nighttime. Sometimes the pain is so bad. And so those ooh, excuse me, those heavy prescriptions what they be giving to you um is what I have to take at nighttime. And God knows the ones that I told y'all like I'm scared of, probably becoming addicted or something to any of them or whatever. But Honey child, the way these pains be hitting in these legs is like I don't even care. It's like, call me what you want to call me, but I'm taking these medications because my legs be hurting. Yes, so I definitely know about that upper pain. Yes, I know about that. Yes, that's what it is. It's cold therapy. It stops the lymphedema. Oh, well then maybe when I go back to the doctor, which is on Monday, um, I need to be talking about that. Cause see, I'm telling you, the lady that sit right across me, a lot of times when we go in there, cause I don't know how it is when y'all go to chemo. It's like they tell you you gonna be on the left side or you gonna be on the right side when you walk up in there. I wish you can't really go in there and dox people's information, and I'm saying it's so much. You hear people constantly telling what their name is and what their date of birth is. So it's like it's hard to record in there. So that's why I just like kind of record myself. And then but I would love to like go in and like videotape what it looked like in one of these rooms or whatever if you've never been inside a chemotherapy room. But like in the room that I go in, it has a left side and it has a right side. And then whoever your nurse is for the day, according to which side of the room she working on that day, they tell you you can go on this side or you can go on the left side or the right side, and pick a chair, whichever side she working on in that day. And usually me and this lady is on the same side of the room every time that we in there. And so I've seen her every week she put these wraps on or whatever. So if that's what it is and that's what might be causing me a problem, I need to invest in me some of those hand wraps. And where would you get the hand and foot wraps from, Erica? Yes, that's what it is. It's called it's cold therapy. It stops the lymphedema. Yeah, I need that. How many times do you go to chemo? I go to chemo. I do 2 weeks. Like, okay, I went this Monday and I have chemo next Monday on the first. And then I'll have 2 weeks off. So I do 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. So that's how it is with this chemo. The chemo before, I did chemo, you do chemo every week. I think I was doing chemo every week. I don't know. I have to go back in my videos. Like I said, my memory ain't that well right now. But I think before the chemo that I was on before, I was going every single week, and I also came home. I went to chemo on a Friday, and then I would come home with the pump still inside, still attached to my chest, and then they would remove it on Monday, and then I would go back to chemo again on Friday. So, which I absolutely hated that. Um, so this one I like, regardless of all of the things that I'm going through, I like this regimen better than I like the other ones. So, it's uncomfortable, but I don't have a lymphedema. Something about the cold stops the chemo from attacking the nerves. Well, I don't want to claim that I got it either, but if it's gonna help me stop having these pains that I have, and in my legs and stuff, then I'll take it. um, Johnny, I you think you're gonna get some good things if you do rub my head? I don't know. You may. You may. I don't know. Hey, Antoine. What year did you stop? I never did that before, Antoine. I don't even know why you would insinuate that I ever have. That's like crazy. These people are absolutely crazy and disrespectful. You probably would had a you probably had an experience with it trying to come over here and throw your stuff off on me. That's not my story. Not my story. It's a lot of stuff that I done been a lot of stuff in roads that I done been down, but I ain't never been down that one right there. um yes, daily. Okay then. Yeah, Kajaria. Lymphedema and neuropathy. Now that neuropathy, whew, I say that neuropathy to me is like if you ain't never been tased by the police before, I feel like that's like the and if you don't never want to experience before, like the neuropathy is what I feel like that's what it feel like to get tased by the police. Is the when them pains be hitting you from that neuropathy, you can go all day long and don't have damn pain whatsoever. But when that neuropathy feel like it want to run through you, it's like you can be in the mid sentence and you be like, woo, like that right there. That's how that neuropathy be. It's like it'll catch you off guard in a heartbeat. Them pains that be shooting from that, ooh, it's something else. Hey, TT. Okay, Antoine Emmanuel got that 1.86. He got kicked on up out of here for a couple of minutes. I love you too, Kajaya. I thought I blocked that I reported him. Oh, okay. He out of here now. Well, he got kicked down. So anywho, but yeah, I different things that I need to know. I didn't know that that's what the purpose of those hand covers is or whatever. And now that like I can ask or whatever, like nope, yeah, I don't know a whole bunch about it. I told y'all I seen the lady there in chemo and she wearing the hand covers and she put them on her feet and everything. But if that's gonna help me to avoid the neuropathy and all of that stuff, then honey, I definitely need to invest in me some. I definitely need to invest in me some. Yes, yes, yes. Cause I deal with that all the time. And actually they moving my gabapentin, they started me out in this one area and it's steady. I'm steady. They changing the dosage. It's getting higher and higher. Right now I'm on 400 milligrams of gabapentin, and you know that that's everybody. One of the things that they put everybody on that go through um that's going through chemo is to put you on gabapentin. So I know when I first got it, I was like, they giving me all these medications. I am not, and I'm just a quick flash. This was a whole medicine bag of just stuff, and that ain't even all of them. It's just like some of them I'm like, I am not taking all of these different medications. I've never been a person that like no whole bunch of medicines and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just too much. And so a lot of the stuff that they like give me or whatever, it's like I got it in a bin put away or whatever, but mm-mm. I can't be taking all this medicine. When I first started out, I didn't take the gabapentin, but once those neuropathy pains started hitting me, I know why they try to like start you out on it earlier, even though you ain't having those pains or whatever. They try to start you out on them so you can get ahead of the pain, is which is what I would say to somebody who is not wanting to take their gabapentin. I understand why they put you on that in the beginning. So because if you're not experiencing the nerve pain, you are already ahead of it when you do start to experience it. And when you do start to experience it, um, let me see, my mind getting all worked up. You're ahead of it. Versus, let me tell you, if you do it like I did it, you will be in pain, excruciating pain, because gabapentin is not something that you take. Hey, Korean, how are you? Gabapentin is not something that you take and it kick in at the same time like a Tylenol or some kind of like an oxy or something like that. It don't work like that. Gabapentin is something that have to get in your system and it works. It can take up to three days for it to kick in and do what you need it to do. So what I would say to somebody else, being that I went through it the way that I went through it, there's a video of me, a short of me on here, and it's dark. I'm in the dark, and I'm in here, and I'm crying because the medicine is not working. It's not kicking in, and the pains is like, like the thing, the paddles they take to shock somebody back to life, when they out of here. It's like those kind of pains just shooting through your body, and it's a pain that you do not want. So my suggestion to anybody, that if you're starting out and they give you this gabapentin and you be like, honey, I'm not taking that medicine right there. My suggestion would be to whoever, take the gabapentin, because you don't want to feel the pains that come from the neuropathy. So me now, I be trying to stay on top of when I take mines on. And even one time my niece had sent me some stuff that they were saying about gabapentin, and I'm like, I can't afford to hear none of them side effects and all of that thing, because the way these pains be hitting me, because she was telling me that it affects your memory and all of that stuff. She just sent me a post that somebody was talking about over on TikTok. And I was like, right now I ain't got no room to receive none of that right there. I hear it. And I told y'all I be trying to stay away from them side effects, because it's like I get the side effect in my mind, and it seems like every time I read like the side effect, I end up being the one to get the side effect or whatever. And I feel like if I don't be reading up on all of the stuff, and I know it sounds crazy because like you want to know like the side effects, the way mine be running is like, it's like I make it up in my mind. It's like I read about it, and then it just like it get into my spirit, and then the next thing you know, here I got this side effect or whatever. So I try not to really get into all of like the side effects and everything, honey. If it's helping me to get through what I need to get through in this cancer battle, then I'm using it. I'm using it. I started out with so many, I'm scared of this and I'm scared of that. If it's working for me, it's working for me. They should have the wraps at the chemo center. They're limited though. You have to freeze them the night before. Okay, then. Well, I'm sure gonna ask about them when I go there. And Amazon, you say Amazon sells them too. I know, right? Pray over it and about it. Korean, that's my answer to everything. I ain't finna read these side effects or no nothing. I'm gonna pray over this medicine that I'm supposed to be on, and if I can get, one of the main things is that I do, because I pay for my medicine out of pocket. Um, Lord, if it's for me, make it be in my price range that I'm able to pay for it. And if it ain't, then that just means I ain't supposed to have it. So, me and God got our own little thing going on. But yeah, that's what I do. I pray over and about everything. Everything I do. So that's what it is. You are strong to do nature stuff. It helps. Yep. I gotta do it. Tactical road. But yeah, I'm trying to think of, is there anything else? I'm trying to get back to this thing of where I be on here like, come back on as and doing lives or whatever. But all the time I don't wanna always talk about cancer. But whatever it is you going through life, whatever it is in life that you going through, that seem to be the thing that you talk about, unless it's something else that happened that you want to come and jump on. And so it's like, um unless like I can get into talking about it like in a way of like, like we just sharing with each other about what each other going through and how we figured it out to do this thing different. It's like I definitely appreciate you all for coming and sharing, the hand wraps and everything with me. I appreciate that, because I didn't know anything about that right there. I just happened to see it. The lady had pink ones. So um I didn't know anything about it. But you said, what about skincare? Well, The one thing that I am struggling with this chemotherapy is I've never, y'all noticed when I first came on here, whatever, you never seen, I never have been a person that have marks in my face. Like my skin has always been clear, and that's from doing nothing. I've always washed my face with Dove soap, the bar soap actually, all my life basically, and never had any issues. But with this chemo that I'm on right now, it actually causes me skin acne. So like it usually doesn't kick in like this week, but when I have it 2 weeks in a row, usually that second week, you can see all of these spots over here is I get skin acne where my skin be like it's on fire. So all of these spots and stuff right here is all spots that comes from my chemo. If y'all can remember when I first my first experience with it was when I first got my hair all cut off. The first place that I had it attack was the top of my head. I had to take medicine for it. But every single time that I take chemo, they put me on an antibiotic. And for me, I'm just like, I don't want to be put on an antibiotic every single time that I do chemo, because I don't want there to be a time when I need antibiotic for something and then it doesn't work for me because my body is now it's like, oh, you done had that before, child, so you don't need it. So I try not to deal with that, and it does cause you be really itchy, and usually it come like the marks I got on my chest and stuff like that. I never had any of those, but it causes the acne be on your neck, and they get filled with pus sometimes and everything. And so they want to put you on antibiotic, but you don't necessarily have to be on the antibiotic. They put you on it because it's like itching and it make your skin feel like you got a fever or whatever like that. But most of the time it's just like itchy, and if I can stand it and all I have to do is take is a Benadryl, I try to go through it like that because it doesn't last that long or whatever. But it is what it is. But other than that, what other skincare do you all use? That's what I be going through with my skin. And so you see it's marking my skin up. I don't know if it's gonna stay forever, but I'm just like, if you can beat cancer and you left with your face with bumps and scars and stuff in your face, to me, those marks and stuff in my face gonna be a part of my testimony. That's what I'll just say to that. Like, I'd rather be left with these scars in my face than to be left with cancer. That's how I'm gonna look at it. What wraps are you talking about? I'm just joining. Yeah, she was talking about the wraps that you wrap your hand with to stop the neuropathy that people be wrapping their hands up and stuff with in chemotherapy. I just seen somebody doing it. Erica mentioned it in here. I didn't know what they was, and I seen somebody with it on, and but I be trying to mind my business when we be in there. But you curiosity be like you be wanting to know. So now I feel like since Erica mentioned it in here, and I know just a little bit about it, it's like when I go back to chemo on Monday, then I'm probably gonna be talking to her or talking to one of my nurses and asking them about it and what is the benefits of me using those wraps, especially if it's gonna help with my neuropathy. I'm gonna definitely want that. I remember when I had cancer, I used to take the pills, throw it in the sink drain, because I used to hate taking pills because I was so tired of taking pills after pills. Got the pills. I felt like I was. Yeah, I remember when you used to do that too, Kajari. I remember when you were throwing your medicine in down the drain. And I remember also they stopped you from taking you had to take your medicine in the kitchen versus taking it in the room or whatever, so that you couldn't throw it down the drain. I definitely remember that. But now, girl, I'm now that whew, now that I'm going through it or whatever, I can understand why you wanted to throw that medicine down the drain, some of it, but then some of it is beneficial, some of it is to stop you from going through some of the pains that you go through. Nobody wanted to see you in that type of pain, but you know, for sure. I had dry skin, made my own butter. Okay, okay, Eric. Now, what I'll tell you is like the skin on my feet. Let me tell you something. If I don't put some lotion or something on them, like immediately before like my skin dry after taking a bath or something, honey child, them things look like I don't walked on charcoal. Like I don't walked on charcoals or whatever. It's like my feet turn white. They so dry. It's like you are definitely right. Your skin is dry as I don't know what. When you going through chemo, it take all of the moisture out of your skin. So yes, like I'm telling you, if you talking about you waiting 5-10 minutes after you done took your bath, no, it's like the first thing you need to do is when you get out of the bathtub, you need to grab the lotion, and you need to. And the funny thing is I had lotion and Vaseline mixed together, is what I put on the bottom of my feet, because it just like one and like even right now I'm looking at my toes, and I can still see at the top of my toes, like I still have like some whiteness around my toes, but I put the lotion and the Vaseline on the bottom of my feet and put socks on immediately. Because if I don't do that, then putting the lotion on after my skin undried out, it still is like you see railroad tracks and everything, all the little creases, the design of your skin and everything. Yeah, definitely dry skin. Definitely dry skin. So what's your recipe, Erica? God bless you. Thank you. God bless you too. They're called cold wraps. It's for feet and hands. It helps to prevent lymphedema and neuropathy. Yes, I need that. I use elastic wraps to prevent swelling in my legs. Yeah, see, I'm going back and forth with that, and I before this week is out, then I'm supposed to have an appointment to go get an ultrasound of my legs to make sure that it's not any blood clots or anything like that. And so once I guess we rule that out, and then we'll go to that next thing. But I'm definitely having issues with my legs being swollen and everything. Ooh, child. Yes, speaking of dry skin, I just had an itch just then, and the skin flaking off my. And they ain't that foot one ashy right there, but when I just scratched it just then, the ash coming off of it like I got fish scales. Let me stop. Let me stop. Have they checked your heart? Um, not lately. Not lately. Yeah, Doppler test. They doing a Doppler test on my legs, both of them. So yeah, that's where I am. That's where we are right now. Is I'm trying to get this Doppler test and get a CT scan between sometime this week and next week. Most likely it's probably going to end up being next week, but they put in the results for me to have it done ASAP. So I don't know when that's going to be, but anyways, those are the tests that are put in, and what's been going on for this week, which I think is the most part is it's good news. So you know what's going on, but this swelling in my leg is getting so aggravating. Um, and for me to be a big girl, I feel like I have little chicken legs, like yeah, like my chickens out there. Like I have my legs be small, not my calf, but like the lower part of my legs and my ankles, they be like real little and everything. But where they at right now, it's like my legs 2 times the size that they supposed to be. And I just don't like the way it feel. It's aggravating so forth and so on. But did you try compression stockings and elevation? That's what I was just telling them, Korean. I don't have I do, and I ain't gonna say I ain't got no compression stockings, because I do got some. Um actually got a brand new pair of them that I can go and grab. And maybe I should try them tonight. But for me, it's like elevation all day long. Is I can elevate my legs and they will go down, like when I first get up in the morning time. They fine and dandy. It's like they almost to regular size. But it's like soon as I get up and start moving around and try to do something or sit in the chair or something like that, at 5 or 10 minutes, my legs back swole like they was like I'd never elevated them at nighttime. It's like it don't take no time for the swelling to come back in them. So, um, and I don't know if the compression socks will help with that or not. This is like my second experience. The first time my legs swole up like this, it didn't stay for long. This right here to me is staying for a long time. Did my legs been like this now for Oh, you told me wait until the swelling is down. That's when you put on your stockings. Okay, then. So you don't put them on. You don't put it on while they already sold up. Okay. So So if I wake up in the morning after I done been asleep the night, then the swelling is down. Then I put the compression stockings on and then wear them at that point. I told you I don't be knowing, child. Okay, then. So then that's what I'm gonna do is when I'm gonna put my compression stockings on the bed side tonight. So if I get up in the morning and then my legs is the swelling in my legs is gone in the morning, then I put them on. I put them on in the morning. That's what I do. Cause tomorrow is when me and the kiddos supposed to put together our Thanksgiving meal. Even though I don't like do Thanksgiving or no nothing like that, point blank period. That's our time. We be like, we gonna get this real food month. This what we want to eat tomorrow, so and because you have to be thankful every single day, not just take one day and set it to the side to be thankful. Be thankful every day. Elevate your legs above your heart. Okay. Well, that's essentially what I've been doing as long as I can stay in that position, because I'm telling you, it's like painful to be in certain positions. So, but I'll definitely work on that tonight and I'll let y'all know how it go tomorrow. Do you have castor oil? Yeah, I have castor oil. What we gonna do with the castor oil? Rub your legs down and put on some leggings. Okay, with the castor oil. Alrighty then. For as long as you can. Okay. Yeah, I got some castor oil. I actually got 2 bottles of it. Hmm. But all right, y'all. I thank y'all for all the information that y'all gave to me tonight. And I'm gonna try a little bit of both of them. I'm gonna put the castor oil on, I'm gonna prop my legs up, and in the morning, if the swelling is gone, I will be putting on those compression stockings first thing in the morning. Absolutely. I thank you all so much because that's what we about over here. We about growing, learning, growing on the inside and growing on the outside. Even though I ain't been too attentive to any of the stuff that's growing on the outside, but you know what, God take care of that stuff too while you be out, while you be away from it. So it's being taken care of while we taking care of ourselves on the inside. Let me see. It's it's a lot to type, but it will help research castor oil friends. Okay then. I will definitely do that. Hello, sweetie, sending you love and prayers. Thank you, Charlotte. Hi, Connie Thomas, castor oil for cataracts. Wear gloves while putting on your stockings. Okay. Why you put the gloves on, Korean? I got the gloves. I pray Psalms 91 over you. I'm gonna check Psalms 91. I'll be blessed. Thank you very much, Erica. Thank you so much. I would like to thank you all for coming over and joining Life with Tashana, where life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. We're also known over here as the high class gardeners. We just haven't been out in the garden for a long time, but we is in the garden in some kind of ways because even though we're not in the garden that's outside, we are definitely in the garden that's growing on the inside of here. And that means over here, the high class part just means that we don't mess around with no snakes, no bugs, no worms, and definitely no frogs. Now, how you gonna grow in the garden, Miss Shauna, if you don't mess around none of those things? Let me tell you something. I ain't never been the one to play around with no bugs. And sometimes bugaboos and worms and snakes and stuff, they show up in people in real life. And those kind of folks, we don't mess around with them. So, but the growing part, when you can't grow on the outside, you can always grow on the inside. And that's what we're doing over here tonight. It's a lot of information we don't know. About how we get through certain things over here, and that's what we do. We come together and we try to teach each other. Hey, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Let me tell you, I'm trying to Lord have mercy, why your name ain't come up the right way in here, Alicia Flint. And that's not what I'm trying to think of. What's the my mind, charge it to my head and not my heart, because girl, I love you because it started in the garden. But yes, we're about growing over here, and what it is that we can learn from one another while we over here. That's a part of growing. And so if you have anything to add to the conversation or something that you feel like we need to know over here while we talking about certain things, feel free to add it to the conversation and help us all to grow over here together. That's what we're about over here. If you don't know how to do something, maybe somebody over here um knows how to do it and can explain it to you. You just have to have experienced it over here. Somebody came through and told me they ain't know how to fry chicken before. I'm willing to get on live and show you how to fry some chicken. If I know how to do it, I don't mind teaching you how to do it or whatever. My son and his girlfriend wanted to know how to cook some 2 ingredient biscuits and wanted to know how to make a red velvet cake. Okay, then we can get together. Let's get it. Let's learn how to do it. It's about, growth. And anything that you can learn, even if it's cooking or whatever it may be, anything that you add into the learning ability, that's called growth. Thank you so much. Ooh, she gave me a bowl of ice cream. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes and amen. So if anything you got, yes. Thank you for putting it in the chat. You a whole vibe, and you actually are. I'm so used to calling your name out, but that comes from not going live in a long, long time or whatever, and not seeing your name. But you know who I know. If I know who you is, just to say how it is that I met you when you said life started in the garden. So you, like I said, don't charge it to my head. No, don't charge it to my heart. Charge it to my head. I'm a little forgetful. Ma'am, is it possible for you to help for? Is it possible for you to help for God's work? Um, Absolutely. I think everything that we help each other with, and we help each other learn, that's what we doing. We doing God's work by helping each other. So if you can continue to do that, then let's love you too. Love you too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for being a member for 5 months. I really do appreciate that. But okay, you all, I'm going to say now that you all have an amazing night. And if you want to become a high class gardener with Life with Tashana, all you have to do is hit that, turn on, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell to all. So then you'll be notified every time we post a short, we go live, or a video, or whatever it may be. And if you'd like to know some of the things that I've been through, and you know prior to me coming to this area, go to my older videos and watch some of those things. Thank you for that. Look at there. Hey, VIP. He received a membership. All right. Thank you, Whole Vibe, for that. I really do appreciate that. And if you'd like to know a little bit more about the journey that I've taken in life, some of the things that happened to me, go to my older videos, my older shorts and everything, and you can know a little bit more about me. But I've grown through a whole lot of things. I should be angry with this world with some of the things that I've been through, and yet I choose to get up on most of my days and smile. I didn't say every day, but most of my days, because some days I've came through and I've been a very angry person through some of the things that I've been through, and I've worked through them and grown through them. And so, if you'd like to continue to grow with us, just hit that like button, that subscribe button, and turn on your notification bells to all. And you, my friend, can become a high class gardener too. And I will see you all the next time. Y'all have an amazing night.